everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Castle, and last night was the Game Awards. Now, I'm going to start talking about some stuff that went on during the Game Awards. And first thing I'm going to say is congratulations to everyone that won something. I know Balatro, an indie game, made quite a few, or got quite a few awards out of that, which was crazy to see. Um, and the game that I was looking forward to seeing Game of the Year, Metaphor, it came out with some pretty good wins. It got Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, and Best RPG, which I'm so happy that it got Best RPG this year. Is so good. Um, I do wish that it got Best Music though, but that went to Final Fantasy, which Final Fantasy always has good music, and the game that won Game of the Year this year was Astrobot. Surprisingly, um, I didn't expect Astrobot to win Game of the Year this year, but I also understand why it did. It's a like I don't have it personally, but my brother has it, and I've watched him play it, and it's just a neat little platformer that showcases basically the entire history of PlayStation, and it it's just kind of cool to see. So yeah, I understand why Astrobot won Game of the Year, and I understand why people really like it. But I just wasn't expecting it to win. But cool, it did. So congratulations, Astrobot, winning Game of the Year. And there were some things that were announced during the Game Awards that I thought were pretty cool. Um, I have a list here of some of the things that I want to talk about that was announced. Okami 2. Okami 2 was one that I don't think anyone saw coming, just because Okami, the original, came out so long ago on the Wii and PS3, and the kind of I didn't play it when it originally came out. I haven't gotten the HD version yet, which I might get it since two's coming out. Um, but a couple of my friends liked it, and when they figured out that Okami 2 was coming out, they got really excited, and yeah, Okami 2, I feel like it's going to be a great game, especially because um, someone, oh God, what was his name? I don't remember the name. Oh God, someone is coming back to work on Okami, which is going to be really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Okami 2, uh, and I'm probably going to get Okami 1 HD here at some point soon. Um, and then another thing that uh, got revived, Onimusha. Onimusha is like it's the best way I've seen it described is what if Resident Evil was in feudal Japan, which I mean is what it looks like from what I've seen of like original Onimusha. And this isn't a remake or remaster of Onimusha either. It's like a whole new Onimusha game, which I think is kind of crazy because it's been like we got a remaster of Onimusha, and my brother has a copy of it, and it's just it's really interesting to me that Capcom would revive an IP that hasn't had a new game in years. Which, you know, there were a couple other things that also got that are also getting new games that I'm not talking about here that haven't had a new game in a very long time. But still, it's a surprise to say the least. And I think I might get it. I don't know. I don't know about it. And then the next thing is, how do you say this? Fumito Ueda? I think that's how you say that. They're the people behind Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian. Have a new project in the works called Project Robot. That's the placeholder name. Don't actually know what the name is, but it kind of looks like you are the Colossus this time around. Or you're piloting something that looks like a Colossus from Shadow of the Colossus. Because the trailer we see is essentially a little kid, I have to assume, or like a boy or something, kind of like what you always play in these games. It has like a cloak or something on, climbing a massive robot that is counting down to some kind of shockwave impact. And the boy gets to the head of the robot, and right as the wave impacts, the head detaches from the body and just starts floating up. It was kind of a crazy visual to see, especially since this is just like, I don't want to call it test footage because it wasn't actually technically gameplay, but knowing how those games function and how the characters move, it looked a lot like it was in engine, like like it was an actual gameplay demo. But I don't know. My brother thinks that's not coming out because that's just something he always says about these games. But they typically stay in development for like 8 to 10 years after they're announced. So we're probably not seeing this game till 2034. I'm going to be honest with you. This team takes a long time to make their games, but when the games eventually come out, they tend to get pretty good reception. Like, Last Guardian was the last one that came out, and everyone loved that. It was like, even I didn't play it, but I watched my brother play it, and I really enjoyed like going through the story with him. And I might get this one for myself. I don't know. So next thing that I want to talk about, it's kind of a weird thing. It's called Dispatch, and essentially you are playing as an Iron Man type character. Just like it's a superhero world. You are essentially an Iron Man character where you're just a normal human. You don't have any powers, but you have this mech suit that you use to fight crime with. And one day, the suit gets destroyed. And you weren't the one that built it, so you don't know how to build it. So instead, what happens is you get hired at this dispatch center that dispatches heroes to certain locations for jobs. You're a 911 dispatch for superheroes. It's kind of weird. And I'm kind of into it. And I kind of can't wait to play it. I need to look up when that comes out, because I need to keep track of that, because it really did look interesting to me. The Witcher 4 was another one that was announced that seemed really, really interesting. And like I have played Witcher 3 a little bit, but I didn't get into it personally. It, mainly because I got the awful Switch version. So so yeah. Um, Actually, I think I got The Witcher 4 on something else. I may have it on Steam or Epic Games. I'll need to check. But yeah, I didn't really get into Witcher 3 all that much. Um, but I think I'll give Witcher 4 a good chance. I'll get it on like Steam or PlayStation. I'll give it an honest to God chance at playing it, because it seems, even though we didn't get any actual gameplay, uh, it it just looks good. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna get it when it comes out, and I'm just gonna push through it and see what I think. Hopefully, I like it. and and the next thing I'm gonna talk about is something I don't think anyone really expected. So I'm gonna give some context for this bit here. So there is a series on Amazon called Secret Level. And Secret Level, what it does is it takes different games and it makes a short, uh, essentially a short film out of it, like 12 to 20 minute short movie, and it has games like D&D, Warhammer 40K, Armored Core, and the subject of this topic, Pac-Man. Pac-Man got an episode for Secret Level. And when me and my brother watched Secret Level and we got to this episode, we were just like, what are they going to do with Pac-Man to make a compelling story out of Pac-Man? And then we got Pac-Man as a weird robot sphere that's secretly an eldritch horror thing. that, like, I don't know. It's so weird. The game, by the way, is called Shadow Labyrinth, and if you haven't seen the trailer for Shadow Labyrinth, or if you haven't seen the Secret Level episode of Pac-Man, please go check either of those out, because the Pac-Man episode of Secret Level was so confusing and oddly disturbing, but also kind of cool. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out Secret Labyrinth when it comes out. I don't know when it comes out, but I'll check it out. Uh, um, oh man, yeah, I, my mind went blank when I saw that. Just, just because it was literally the night before the Game Awards. Me and my brother watches all of Secret Level that's out right now, and we like just start discussing the Pac-Man episode and why it was so weird. And then the Game Awards happens, and this is revealed. Just, oh my god. Ugh. Okay, now the final thing that I'm going to talk about, and the final thing that I am really, really, really excited for: Elden Ring Night Rain. What? FromSoft, what are you doing? uh, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I am really excited for this game, but I'm just like, when this first revealed, I thought it was a new DLC for Elden Ring. So I was just like, wait, I thought the Shadow of the Erdtree was supposed to be the end of it, but no, it's not. It it's a standalone thing. Yes, I missed the part where Jeff Keighley said it was a standalone thing. But it's a standalone project where it's you and two other people, or just you by yourself, go into what looks like, actually, I saw some information about it. It's randomly generated Limgrave, or just randomly generated the lands between. And there is a circle of acid rain that closes in on you like a battle royale, but it's not a battle royale, I don't think. Actually, no, it's not a battle royale, because everywhere says it's a roguelike multiplayer. Which, okay. There's a ring that closes in on you and your co-op buddies, if you're playing co-op, because you can't play it solo. And the goal is to survive 3 days. And at the end of each day, you fight a boss. And the final day is like the final boss. Which, by the way, one of those final bosses is in fact the Nameless King from Dark Souls 3. And also, I am pretty sure the Fire Maiden from Dark Souls 3 is in this game. And when I saw those, I could not comprehend what I was seeing in a calm, rational manner, because it's Elden Ring, new content. Oh my god. Now the real question is, how much is this? Is it, because like there's no way they are going to charge full price for this. There's no way. This has to be either like a $20 to $30 to $40 thing, or it's a free to play thing with like extra DLC that you can buy later, or I guess microtransactions, but that would be awful. I hope it isn't that. But yeah, it just, I don't know. A lot of people are having like doomer posts about this game, but I really like Elden Ring, and I like roguelikes. I think an Elden Ring roguelike could be really, really cool. And to play it together with some friends, it also seems cool to me. So, yeah. And that's coming out next year, so I'm going to get to play it soon. So, yeah. I think that's all I want to talk about for this. So, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for watching. And if there's anything you want me to talk about in a later episode, please leave it down below in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.